Welcome back to Kansas City. Today, we're going to talk about something that a lot of brokers already intrinsically know or inherently know, but have not written down or thought through precisely. And those are the 5 things that kill level funded deals as brokers start to work on them. Now, the first one is the number one most important, but we're going to have 4 more after that so you can actually learn to avoid these mistakes so you can close more business and get more of your Main Street protected rather than shipping it off to Wall Street. All right, number 1, that is not asking questions off the bat. Folks, whenever you're in, as the broker, you're in a sales conversation and you're looking to help a new client come onto a level funded chassis, you need to ask questions. You have gotten to the hard part. You've gotten through the hard part. This is the easy part. You need to slow down to go fast. Ask a ton of questions up front. Now, we have the executive consultant form that'll walk through the 10 or so questions that you need to know about your business owner on what they're actually looking for. You want to be able to give them a chef-produced meal to solve the actual needs rather than a short order line cook saying, here's some carbs, get out of my office. People are going to be much more satiated or much more happy, that was a bumbling way to say that, than if you go in and say, here's what I have for you. It's rather, here's what we have that solves your problems. Now, the number 2 issue that a lot of brokers run into is bumbling. Now, whenever you're trying to be the expert for your client, you're not going to be perfect, but realize there's a level of expertise and competence that people expect when they are spending thousands and thousands of dollars with you over the plan year. You have to be the expert. You have to invest in yourself. Now, brokers who go out there and say, I'm going to figure it out. Okay, I love you. But realize it's a whole heck of a lot better to say, I'm going to figure it out and I've already done the work. Now, you have to go out and do it, but realize you need to be expert whenever you're sitting down because you only get a couple chances to make impressions with the people in the company, and you only get 1 chance to make that first impression. So be the person that they're going to look to, turn to, ask for advice to build and design the best plan for their people because they are their people. They care about them or else they wouldn't be offering benefits. Number 3, setting the wrong time frame. In-level funding as opposed to fully insured, this takes longer. You need more time. Now, if you set the time frame up front, realize that's not as big of an issue. But if you go in and you say, I can get this done in a couple of days and it takes you 3 weeks, realize you didn't deliver a week earlier than most level funded plans can get put together in. You delivered 3 weeks later than they expected. It's all about expectation management. Now, if you are afraid to set those expectations up top, then I'm going to say that you're not ready to go out and sell level funded. You have to be able to set those expectations because if you do not, you are going to look like you're failing, even if you are going faster than the industry standard. So, number 3, setting time frame expectations. Number 4, and this one can get you big time, is compliance. Now, some states you can do level funding on really small groups, some states you can't. But if you go in and you start talking about level funded in let's say a state that you can't do it, under 25, North Dakota. You can't do level funding under 25, as I understand it, in North Dakota. But if you start talking up the values of level funding to some business owner in Bismarck, and then you have to come back 3 weeks later and saying, I'm sorry, I can't get it to you. Not only have you wasted their time, you've also looked like the idiot, and now they're not going to introduce you to any of their brothers or sisters or cousins that also have other businesses. So realize you want to know the compliance in the market that you work in. Most people don't work nationwide. They work in a couple of areas. In fact, most people work in a couple of metros. That's it. Know the issues in your small towns. That way you can stay ahead of the compliance issues. And number 5. Now this goes back to a couple of things like setting the time frame expectation, like digging deeply with a client. Level funding is not for everybody. You're going to get declines. Now, if you do not set the table up front and say, look, we're going to work through this. I'm going to do a whole heck of a lot of work. I don't know if I can help you or not until we get these things done. And it comes back as a decline. If it's out of the blue, shocking, they're not going to like you. But if you tell them this and say, look, I'm doing this, sometimes I have to work for free. This is the price of my business. And it looks like with you, I had to work for free. We can't get you on a better plan. Well, first of all, you can give them the Gold Star Award from the Double Doctor system and probably still get referrals out of that. But if you do not set the expectations of some percentage of these groups are going to be decline up front, they're going to be upset with you. So set the table first. There's an old rule that says if you want to eat, make sure the table's set. Well, if you want to provide for you, your family, and your Main Street, make sure you do the things ahead of time to set the table. Number 1, make sure that you discover the needs of the group very, very deeply. Take your time here. Number 2, set time frame expectations. Realize this takes longer. Do not try to say, oh, I'm going to hustle it through. It almost never works. Set the time frame expectations. Number 3, don't bumble. Be competent enough so that you understand the issues so that you can be the expert that they need. Number 4, understand the compliance in that certain area, understand the unique needs, understand what your general agent has access to before you start out and pitching products. And number 5, set the table for decline, because decline percentage-wise is inevitable. You're gonna have a few of them. It just happens. But if you set these 5 things up front, if you avoid these mistakes, even if you go out and get a decline, even if you can't serve a group, you're going to have a better chance of getting referrals. You're going to have a better chance of growing your block of business and serving more of your main street so that we can keep transparency where it belongs in America. We're still fighting for each other. America's future is still very, very bright when we're doing the work. If you're listening to me, I'm betting on you that you're willing to do the work. So go out there, do these 5 things, and get some more groups on your books. All right, we'll see you out there.